We're absolutely drowning in information, right? So, how do you find what's real, especially when you're looking at a media landscape as complex and as crowded as the Arab world? Well, today we're diving into a new digital platform that's trying to be that one clear signal in all of the noise. We're going to break down what it is, why it's even needed, and what it hopes to change. So, let's get into it.
So, to really get why a new voice is so important, you first have to understand the scene. For years, the media in the Arab world has pretty much been defined by these three things. It's polarized, it's often state controlled, and it's usually lacking any real depth. I mean, that is a tough environment to find clear, unbiased information in.
All right, so let's dig into that landscape a little bit more. Why is it so hard to find your way through? Well, the answer really lies in a few persistent issues that have come to define the entire media ecosystem in the region.
And here's the thing, these problems all feed into each other, creating this kind of vicious cycle. You've got deep political divides, which lead to a partisan press. Then you have state influence, through money or censorship, which just amplifies the official story. And of course, in the endless battle for clicks and eyeballs, sensationalism beats deep analysis, like every single time. Each issue just makes the others worse.
So this brings us to the million-dollar question, not just for news consumers in the region, but honestly for all of us today. When you've got so many voices, so many hidden agendas, all screaming for your attention, how in the world do you find the stuff that's actually credible? How do you pick out that one clear signal from all of that noise?
Well, in response to that exact problem, a new player has stepped onto the scene. It's called Al-Masdar Al-Jadid, which translates to the new source, and its entire mission is to be that signal in the noise. So what is it really? Well, at its core, the news source is an independent platform. And the two phrases that really matter here are in-depth analysis and diverse perspectives. See, this isn't about chasing the latest headline. It's about digging way deeper and actually featuring voices that you don't normally get to hear from. And this isn't just an idea. It's already happening. The platform went live on October 10th, 2025, with a super ambitious goal to be a direct antidote to all that polarization and state control we were just talking about by fundamentally changing the approach to journalism itself. And this is the crucial part, right? What actually makes their approach so different? It's one thing to say you're a game changer, but how are you actually doing it? Let's take a look at their philosophy. This quote from the founders, man, it just gets right to the heart of it. It's all about empowerment. The goal isn't to push one specific viewpoint. Nope. It's to give you, the reader, high-quality information and analysis so you can form your own informed opinions. It's a huge shift from being prescriptive to being analytical. This chart just lays it out perfectly. It's a choice between two completely different ways of thinking. The traditional model? It's a race. It's obsessed with speed, sound bites, and being first. But the news sources model, it's not a race at all. It's a deep dive. The goal is to be the most insightful, not the fastest. They're basically betting on quality over quantity, on understanding over just being immediate. So what does that actually look like when you go to their site? Well, it's the kind of content that takes real time and real expertise to create. We're talking long-form articles that connect all the dots, investigative reports built on hard data, and a serious commitment to featuring not just diverse experts, but also voices from marginalized communities that are so often left out of the big conversations. Now this might be the most important piece of the entire puzzle. How do they stay independent? How do they protect themselves from that state and corporate influence we talked about? By building an independent funding model, by relying on subscriptions and donations from their readers, instead of from governments or big advertisers. They're trying to make sure their journalism is accountable to only one group, their audience. Okay, so with this intense focus on deep analytical content, you might be wondering, who are they actually writing for? It's probably not the mass market that's just chasing breaking news alerts. Their target is a bit more specific. They're really going after a few key groups, all of whom are just hungry for more nuance. You've got young, educated Arabs who grew up online and are, frankly, pretty skeptical of old-school media. You've got academics and researchers who need solid, reliable data. Then there are policymakers and diplomats who need clear-eyed analysis to do their jobs. And of course, there's a huge international audience that wants to understand the region beyond the frantic headlines. So let's zoom out. What's the big picture here? Why does one new media platform really matter in such a gigantic information space? Well,
The ambition isn't just to be another website, it's to create a ripple effect that could actually change the whole ecosystem. Their whole theory of change looks something like this. It starts with just informing the public conversation. If you produce high-quality, nuanced work, you can foster a smarter discourse. And that, in turn, raises the bar for everybody else. Other outlets have to start competing on quality. Then, when people have reliable info, they're empowered. And ultimately, that credible analysis can actually lead to better, more evidence-based policy. And that's what it all boils down to. The massive ambition behind a project like the News Source is to help create a more informed public. A population that isn't just reacting to headlines, but actually has the tools and the context to think critically and navigate the unbelievably complex issues that we're all facing today. Which leaves us with this final big question. This is a bold experiment, right? It's a bet that audiences are actually hungry for depth, not just drama. Can a reader-supported model for truly independent journalism actually work here? Could this thing become a new blueprint for media, not just in the region, but maybe even beyond? The answer isn't clear yet, but you can bet it's a story worth following.